Hey guys, how is it going? I'm back with another video. So this time around it'll be some testing as I promised last time. This is mostly with the advanced troops and leaders. So we'll be using this more once the region ports are open. So we will be getting hit or you will be attacking a lot of people. So I got my friend again, Demolition. He will be helping us with the test. So I'll be doing all the intro speech first, and then uh, getting getting him to do the test. Okay, so this is the setup that we wanted to test. So there'll be 6 different scenarios that we'll be testing. So one of the scenario will be, uh, first scenario will be Panzers, 100k against 100k Rangers. So as we know, they don't go along well. So basically, the Panzers will attack the Rangers, and and with 2 leaders set up. The first one will be the Apocalypse leaders, the 4 leaders, versus we will change one of the Apocalypse leader with a Heartbreaker, so that you will actually get some good numbers there. So as you can see, he's moving in. So what I'll do is I'll give you the scenarios one by one. I think even if I discuss all the scenarios first, it will be I think it'll kind of confusing you. So the first scenario, I will be attacking with 100k Panzers against 100k Rangers, with 2 different leaders set up. The first attack will be with the Apocalypse leader, and the second one with changing Pestilence with Heartbreaker. So that's what I wanted to do. So let me do a quick okay, so before I do that, I wanted to let you guys know, so we are out of the alliances, so that we don't get any city buffs. And also one more thing I forgot to do is to reset my uh, hero points. So what we really wanted to do is to reset our hero points, hero skills, so we don't get any of the buffs. So this will be more towards how you wanted to see with bear setup. It's like you don't have any boost, nothing, and how would you do? So only thing that I wanted to do is just get my food production up, because I don't want to waste my food. As you can see, it's in red. So I'll quickly do that before my food vanishes, like within 5 minutes, which it usually does. After I'm done with this, so as you can see, I haven't set up any of the skill set points anywhere. So this is the setup so far, and the rest, as you can see, the food income is 925, and the rest is nothing in terms of attacking. So I've set this up. So now I'm going to do a quick scout to see what he has. So what he has is, okay, let me check. So he has 100k Rangers as exactly what we wanted to do. So I'll have to check my leaders. So the first one is the uh, Apocalypse leader. So I'm going to see, I have to change one of the leader. So I'm going to lose some food here, but it doesn't matter for research purposes. So now you'll actually see the bonuses. So the test is basically to see if this bonus is worth to use versus taking down your enemy faster, right? So here you have death protection about 5%. You get march speed of 300, and CT boost is doesn't matter if you are attacking. So is it really worth to use this on an attack just to save your troops, and how much of that will be helpful in terms of getting the enemy down faster? So our theory is that you got to use different leaders, not to use this 4 combination, because using a better leader will get the enemy down faster. Okay, so now I'm going to attack him with Panzers, 100k. Okay, so I'm going to do this. So if I think I have to do some more Panzers. Okay, is that 100k? Yep. So I'm going to do a march. So there you go. So it's done. So he has no leaders, if I'm right. Yep, that's right. So that's the setup. So he won't have any leaders. So as you can see here, that I lost about 11,000 versus 97,000 of his troops. So what I saved is about 594. So I'm going to do a quick math in another computer of mine. So just bear with me. So what I lost technically is 11,876. With 11,282 is my total loss, and what he lost is about 97,633. So I'm just taking notes here, just to compare what would be the what would be the comparison, right? So once we have the full scenarios done, we will compare the percentage loss. So I'm going to enter the scenario 1 numbers in there. Okay, so he's sending the troops again. So the second scenario will be I'll change to Heartbreaker, right? So okay, good. So let me do a quick scout here to confirm what he has. So I'm scouting this. So this time around, the only change is that he'll still have 100k ranges in there. But what I will be doing is, instead of one of the Apocalypse leader, I will be changing that to a vehicle leader. So that I wanted to see how the vehicle leader will change the game, right? So you know that we lost 11,876 troops last time. So and he lost about 97,000 troops. So will this change in terms of total loss? So will I be able to get 100k out straight away? So if that's the case, then no point in actually using our 4 leaders to get what we wanted. So here I'm going to take this leader off and replace with Heartbreaker, and I'm going to send the march with 100k Panzers. Okay, that's it. Something is wrong. Yep, it's always, there is a bit of a lag after I upgrade it. So okay, done. So I'm going to check the reports. So the report says that I lost about 11,000. As you can see, with all that protection bonus and all those crap, you still lose lesser troops with a Heartbreaker in it. So I've lost about 11,397. Just that I don't have anybody in the hospital. So so last time what I really lost with the hospital limit was 11,282. So that's about roughly about let me do a math, about 115 troops. I just lost about 115 troops lesser, and they're in the hospital. I still need to heal them. And as you can see, I took 100k out by just replacing one of the Apocalypse. I can't really pronounce that shit. One of the leaders with Heartbreaker, which gave me an edge in terms of taking almost 3,000 more troops, or 2,400 more troops off the enemy. So again, I think when you scale this up, right, so we are doing it 100k because it's really expensive to do these tests. But if you scale it up, say if you're sending 1 million Panzers or against the city, you will actually see these numbers change drastically. So you would actually take more in terms of the troop. So this is exactly what's happening now. So we've done the scenario number 2. So we'll see how this is going to impact. So I'm really excited about this. I think our theory really works. So you only got about 115 troops in terms of savings, but you will be able to take about 2,000 plus troops more per hit for 100k. Again, it depends on what you wanted to do. If you want to take your enemy faster by sacrificing a little bit more troops, I think you should use this combination here. So just replace one of the leaders with your heartbreaker or the specialized leaders. Okay, so this is the scenario which is done. For the next scenario, it'll be more like demo will be hitting me if I'm right. Yes. So the next scenario is, I mean, we couldn't really do with all me attacking or all him attacking because our leader setup is kind of different. We wanted to test more scenarios so that we'll get to a conclusion. So scenario number 2 is 100k Pierces versus 100k Panzers. So I will be putting up about 100k demolition troops advance out there as a tile with no leaders, and he will be attacking that with 100k Panzers. And the only difference here will be the first round he will hit with the Apocalypse leaders, and the second round he will be hitting with Rotten, replacing Pestilence. So just like how I replace Pestilence with Heartbreaker, he would be actually replacing that with a Rotten, which is Demolition leader. So let me take note of this scenario. Okay. So that when I do the conclusion part, it'll be easy. So okay, so I'm gonna send 100k without any leaders, any heroes, nothing. So I'm gonna send 100k piercers. Yep. Sorry, I think I'm getting confused here. Sorry, excuse me for a minute. I'm sorry. I'm gonna send 100k Panzers. I'm really sorry. So yeah, so he's going to attack with the best against Panzer. So he'll be sending 100k pierces with first round all Apocalypse leaders, and the second round he'll replace Pestilence with Rotten or a Demolition leader. So I expect Rotten to be the one. So I'm sending the march out so that he can scout and then he can send. So this test is basically again the same thing that we have discussed. Now we are actually testing the Pierce's capability of attacking. So we saw that Panzers did have an edge in terms of okay, while he's doing that, I will actually quickly replace this one with my cottontail because my food is getting wasted. I really hate to see my food is wasting. So he did scout my camp, so he's going to send 100k Panzers with the Apocalypse leaders. I hope he will, unless there is a bit of a confusion with our test script. Yep, I got an attack, and let's see the results. Okay, so this is what I got. So I lost 100k. I mean, I think his attack is freaking better than mine, so, as always. He sent the Apocalypse leaders, and he lost about 11,297 in total, which is with 10,732. 565 in the hospital. So that's a good number there, and he still was able to take 100k out of me. So this is a good attack, and I don't know, maybe he has not reset the hero skills. Maybe I need to check that, but let's go with the flow here. So he has lost about 10,732 and 11,297 with the Apocalypse leader, and now he's going to send the same amount of troops, Panzers, with change in leader setup. So he's going to use one of the leaders, your Pestilence with a Rotten possibly. So I'm going to occupy this tile with another 100k Panzers. Okay, here you go. I think by the time we are finishing the scenarios, I might need some more Panzers, I guess. I will build some so that I'm fine to do these tests because I think it gives us a good information on what's best in terms of attack and defense. So this attack is 100k Panzers out there, and he'll be sending 100k Pierces with War, Famine, uh, Death, and Rotten, or maybe another Demolition leader. It might not be Rotten, or it could be Rotten. I don't know. We'll see that. Okay, so he's yet to attack me. So he's actually, I think, changing the leaders and stuff. Okay, done. So let me see what's happening in here. And by the way, you better like our videos and subscribe, because we are spending a lot of troops for you guys. Yep. So here you go. So I lost 100k as usual, and what he lost was 11,542. So again, it's very hard to do a conclusion here, right? Because I lost 100k anyways. So he used Rotten here. So here the only thing that I wanted to see is if the death ratio is lower. So I think in this scenario he is only saving about 200 troops. I mean, he's going to lose a bit more troops, but he's not going to save anything in the hospital by using. I think when using pierces, I think it's better to use the Apocalypse leaders, so that you can still save. So what happens here is your net loss is only about 10,297. Sorry, 11,297, and you could still save about 565 of your troops. So compared to this, you lose about roughly about sorry, I'm just doing a math here, about 245 troops more he is actually losing by using a Rotten here. So again, I'm not sure what kind of buffs he did use. I think maybe it should be without the hero skills, but I think his attacks are pretty brutal. So I'm just going to ask him if he is did you reset the hero skills? Because all I wanted to see is there should be some difference in my loss, so that it will actually give us some sort of loss ratio numbers. But if his attack is really good, then yeah, it is what it is. So I have to accept that. So now, scenario number 2, when we use the Apocalypse leaders, he lose about 11,297 with a net loss of 11,732, if I'm right. Yeah, so about 565 went to the hospital. So I still think that when you're using pierces against your Panzers or your enemy's Panzers, please do use Apocalypse leaders, because you will be losing lesser troops. Okay, let me check. Okay, good. So he's not sending him in the march either. So he's having a better hit rate when he's using pierces against me. Okay, so the next scenario here will be again, Demo will be attacking me. So he'll be attacking with 100k. I'll be putting up with 100k pierces, and he will attack with 100k ranges. Same thing with Apocalypse leaders, and the second round will be with a Dead Bark or Titan. So which will be the infantry heavy. So let me do this. So I'm going to put about 100k in piercers. Okay, so here you go. So that is about 100k pierces, and he will be sending ranges. First on with Apocalypse leaders in the second round with a dead bark or titan instead of pestilence. So the reason why we are using pestilence or replacing pestilence all the time is it's not offering any attack options, as you can see. It's mostly offers you with some infected points and stuff. So it's technically not doing much. So that's the theory about. And I'm kind of surprised to see why it did offer some boost in terms of attack during Piercer. Nothing. I cannot see anything. Maybe the 50% troop strength bonus is helping. I have no clue. So maybe, I don't know. But the result is very straightforward now. So when you're using pierces against Panzers, just use your Apocalypse leaders. Okay, so this is again 100k loss that I have. So in scenario number 3, so he got my 100k troops, and he lost about full loss of about 11,817 and partial loss of 11,226. So the troops in hospital is about 591. So we always take the full loss, like 11,817 for the calculation purposes, and we also compare that with the total death, so that we will have a good comparison. Like, so let's do this again. Occupy. So I'm going to send pierces again. Okay, so he is going to attack again. So here, the second time, he's going to use one of the infantry leaders to get the advantage, right? So he's going to use pestilence. So let me show you again so that it's the leaders are visible. Sorry, I always not showing that. So here, that all the 4 leaders are here with all piercers, and here with rangers. Yep. So I got attacked. So I really wanted to see this report here. So net loss again is 100k, and what he lost is about 11,191. So when I compare this with the net loss that we got, actually in this scenario, he is actually getting an edge of 626 troops. So if you are using a Titan or Dead Bark, which will offer you a better infantry support, I think you shouldn't use Apocalypse Leader. So this is giving you a better hit rate. So as you can see, he got about 626 in terms of troop savings. Though I think we have 591 in the hospital, but what this actually kind of offers is, yeah, this one is saving a lot, quite a lot. So even if you take the one out of the hospital, so assuming that we don't need the one that's in hospital, so this one will give him an edge of about 626 minus 591. So he still saves about 35 troops. And what this means is, I mean, if you are a big fan of healing your troops and stuff, go ahead with that. I mean, you can use Apocalypse Leader. So again, this is your call. So what this offers is definitely, if you use your Dead Bark or Titan, so it's going to give you an edge in terms of saving your troops straight away, so you don't have to waste to go back and heal. You still have about an edge of 35 troops more that you can save from this changing the leaders. So the only thing is, I don't know what's weak on my side. It's kind of sucks because all of 100k troops is dying, as opposed to 97,000 troops that was dead there. So this is kind of weird because we cannot really see how much of the attack that he has, right? So he's killing 100k troops in every attack. So that's going to be the difference here. We can't really see how much of an attack edge he's going to get. Maybe in the next video we'll do a bit more. Maybe I'll put more troops out there so he can actually test it to see. Okay, so this is the scenario number 3, I think. Yeah. So what we have concluded in scenario number 3 is using the specialized leader is better than using your apocalypse leaders. So scenario number 4, what we wanted to do here is 25k of each in advanced troops. So 25 of your rangers, 25 of piercers, and 25 panzers, k of panzers. And what we'll do is I'll be attacking with the apocalypse leaders in the first round, and the second round I will be using death, famine, and 2 stalkers. So I just wanted to see how much of that 700% troop attack will change the scenario, change the game for me. So let me do a quick scout, and what I have to see here is 25k of each troop. So total about 75k troops. As you can see, rangers, panzers, and piercer. So, and I need to change my setup in here to get the regular combo first. So these are my regular combo leaders. Okay, so I'm going to I'm going to attack. So without the hero, of course, which I didn't do that in the first round. So here I'm going to use $25k of rangers, 25k of panzers, and 25k of this. So that's 75k. So I'm doing a final check. So 4 leaders and march. Okay, looks like a good hit. So what I lost in here is so this is really weird, right? So what he lost was 44,190, and what I lost total is 95330. So that's with the hospital limit of 9053. So the net difference is about 477. So 477 in the hospital beds, and 95330 is my total loss. So what I'm going to do next is the same scenario. So once he puts in the troops, let me get my leaders ready. So what I'll be doing here is changing my leader setup. So war and this one got a troop attack. I think I should keep this. Troop defense, infantry defense, war. Let me do okay. So what I'm going to do, sorry, I think in this scenario what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep death, because I wanted to see the troop attack. I wanted to get more out of it, and I'm going to get this guy out, the famine guy out, and the pestilence out. So freeze, and I'm going to replace that with a couple of shadow stalkers. Okay, good enough. Okay, so a quick scout. So I should have 25k of each T4 advance from the enemy camp. So 25k each. So there you go. So I'm going to send my leaders with 25k each. Okay, rangers, panzers, and piercers. March. So this scenario is really cool. Yep, done. Okay, so what do I have here? 53k troops. Can you see that, the difference? So that's what I'm talking about. So so last time what happened was he lost about 9,500, sorry, 44,000 troops, and that increased to 53,073. So if you are going to mix your troops up, don't worry about how much you're going to save in terms of your advanced troops. I know it's expensive. I know healing is cheaper, but if you want to get your enemy faster, this is what you're going to do. So you lost about 10,117. So net loss wise, how much do you lose more? You lose more, 587 more, but which is about in total troops perspective. In total troops size perspective, it's tiny. So it's about, you lose about 0.6% more. But how much the enemy actually is losing is about, give me a second. So he's losing about 20% more troops. So this is exactly what we should be doing, right? So what exactly you should be doing is just get your leaders setup changed just slightly to get an edge over it. So you are losing more, yes. I mean, making troops is expensive, but if you just assume you are sending about 1 million troops, where you have mix of 33% mix of all for 100%, and you use your troop bonus leaders, and you get this kind of hit ratio, you will be able to kill them very fast. So this test has actually given us a good result. So not really, apocalypse leaders are not really that great to use when you're using mix of troops. So far what we have seen is apocalypse leaders are really good in terms of piercers, but not really good in terms of panzers. So in panzers, using a heartbreaker seems to be good. Okay, so we have done the attack as much as okay, let me see what he has now. So he still has some troops in there. This is not part of the test script. Let's see what he has. Oh, he still has 75,000. Okay, so I think maybe he wants to do another test. I don't know. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a. Okay. This is what I used. Sorry, I think I used the wrong. Leader. Sorry, I used the War Shadow Stalker Omega and Death. That sucks, guys. Sorry. So the one that I used before was all the Apocalypse leaders. So now I'm going to use two stalkers. I'm really sorry. I think I chose the wrong leaders for some reason. This guy, I think I was too excited. Okay, let me get another Shadow Stalker. Good. Okay, so now we kind of got into the third level of checking. The first one is all the Apocalypse leader, and the second one is we had Shadow Stalker, we had Omega, we had let me see, Death and War. So now what we have is Death, War, two Shadow Stalkers, and we will do the same. Just forgive me. I think usually during the nights I'm kind of tired, sleepy time. So okay, here you go. So ranges about 25k, Panzers about 25k. You know what? Doing that mistake actually is a good thing for us. So now we can actually test 3 different combos, right? So if you have one of these combos, you will now know. If you have 2 of these combos, you'll know which one to use. So in this scenario, so what happened is, let me take notes so that 4C, this is the 4C. So I sent 2 Shadow Stalkers, War and Death. Yeah. So, and he lost about 56, 430. Okay, and what I lost is about 11,144. So what the net loss ratio, again, he's losing a bit more, obviously. So if we need to compare this with the first round of loss that he had, so that's about 27% more. So if we compare this with the second hit with Omega, it's about 6.3% increase. So about 27% from the first. It's still good, but you're losing more troops, as you can actually see. What actually helped in when I used the Omega, which is a good thing, is the troop health. So that's actually helping to save my troops. So I think troop health is definitely helping. So in case if one of these have the troop health, one of the Apocalypse leader has the troop health, maybe replacing him will also be one of the options for you. So so luckily all the leaders that we used didn't have the troop health. So if you want to save more troops and if you're running out of troops, use Omega as well. Looks like that's giving you a better edge. Okay, so with all done, all these are the attack options. So now we also wanted to do the same for the defense, right? So what can we do to do the defense? So a lot of people use the Apocalypse leaders to defend themselves. So because it has some good perks in terms of defense with 800% troop defense in some leaders. So we really wanted to check, will that change if you have a Kurgan in the mix? Because let me show the difference, right? So so this is the combo leaders that we have. So from a city bonus perspective, you will have nothing, heal speed 10% and march count 5. So it doesn't offer a lot in terms of defense, but individually these leaders will help you with your defense. For example, having Pestilence will increase the hospital capacity by 65,000, but in real life, is that good? I don't think so. If you have 45 million troops, 65,000 plus is not going to make a lot of difference. You're not going to save a lot. And the same goes for the infected defense and infected attack. If you have millions and millions of infected, which I really doubt if you have, then this will actually help. Otherwise, you are not going to get much out of this. And going with depth, for instance, this guy can actually help with the city defenses attack 400% and troop attack about 375%. So he's going to take more troops down when somebody is attacking, and your city defense is also going to kill more troops. And on top of that, you don't get anything in terms of defense where the troop is going to defend. So this guy, for instance, War, from a city bonus perspective, he's offering 350% troop health that will save some troops from dying in your own city. I don't know whether the march boost will apply in the city, and I have heard that yes, it does, because it's considered to be march. Assuming it doesn't, so let's look at only the city boost. So what you're really getting out of this is 350% health, troop health that will save your troops. So this guy is the true defense leader in my opinion. So he's going to offer you 800% troop defense, which is exactly the same or slightly lesser than your good old Kurgan. So what we are trying to do here is we are going to try 2 scenarios with sub scenarios within those 2. This is scenario number 5, where we'll have 100k Panzers that I will be attacking Demo with 100k Panzers with War, Famine, Death, and Heartbreaker, right? So, and what he will have in the first round is the Apocalypse leaders. So he'll have the Apocalypse leaders, and what I will have is the War, Famine, Death, and Heartbreaker. So I'm going to take the Pestilence out, just to have the best Panzer attack. So I'm going to send the best Panzer attack against him with his defense will be just the Apocalypse leaders. And the second round, what we will actually do, scenario number 6, is he will change Pestilence with Kurgan, which will offer 800 plus 900, which is about 1700% defense. And then I'll send the same set of 100k Panzers with War, Famine, Death, and Heartbreaker, and we'll see which one wins. Okay, so I'm going to do a one troop hit to know what leaders he has. Okay, so that we are on the same page. Good. So I should now get the leader info in here with that one troop attack. So he has the Apocalypse leader. So that's what we wanted to test the first time. So what I need now is to change my setup to have Pestilence removed with Heartbreaker. I'm really sorry the way I pronounce all these leaders' names. So I really suck in that. So I'm going to send 100k Panzers in here, and I hope you're getting what I'm saying. So okay, so 100k Panzers. All I have is 100. I think this is going to die, right? So so this is going to die, and I'll make 100k more for this. And really, you got to like the video and subscribe for all the money we are spending in here. 100k Panzers with my Famine, War, Death, and Heartbreaker. So for sure I'm going to die. I'm going to lose my march. Okay, so let me see what I have in terms of the attack. I lost 100k. Not a big surprise there, isn't it? Okay, so what he lost was about 74k troops. 74,198. Sorry guys, I'm just taking notes. Just please bear with me. So there's 74,198 out of 47 million troops. Okay, I just want to take note of that for the ratio as well. And the defenses is not destroyed. I think it's injured, the defenses. I'm not really worried about the defense at this point. So this is what happened. I sent my Panzers against him, and he had the leaders. So just give me a second. This time around, what I'm going to do is just to replace the leaders again. So let's get the Heartbreaker in here, and let's get the Famine. Okay, good. So this is the setup that we had before, right? So without the Pestilence, I'm going to just do a one troop attack to see what leaders he has, so we don't waste 100k of advanced troops. So you all know how hard it is to get those troops in there. Okay. Good stuff. So let's see what he has. Okay, he has Death, Famine, Kurgan, and War. So that's exactly what we want. So I'm going to send a march against him without the hero, of course, and 100k Panzers. Okay, march. That was quick. I like the speed. Okay. 100k lost as usual. So how much did he lose? He lost about 54k. As you can see, that just changing your Pestilence with your good old Kurgan saves a lot. I know this kind of sounds obvious, but a lot of people just have the 4 leaders slotted just to get that bonus for nothing. So the hospital limits, and it's just kind of crazy, right? So if you want to go defense, and if you have the Apocalypse leaders, please change those. It's not really helping you. So in terms of troop percentage loss that he had in the first round, so he lost about, for 100k attack that he got, he lost about 0.16%. The second time he lost 0.12%. So for every 100k, he gains about 0.4% savings in the troops. So no brainer. If you have an apocalypse leader, please change pestilence to Kurgan, or try different combination and see which one works. So this is all we wanted to do today. So hope you guys enjoyed. I did